Okay, great. So now we went over the benefits and challenges of investing here in Mexico, and it's time to set your expectations properly. This is probably the most important section to make sure whatever the reasons are for making your investment, your expectations are properly set. This includes buying a property in pre-construction, turnkey, ready to go, or even a piece of land to build, then everything else in between. When you envision property investment, you might imagine a personal vacation home complete with a large kitchen or a walk-in closet. But I think it's important to mention this. For some of you watching this, I imagine the majority, this is for cash flow and some sort of passive income. For a small few, it could just be a vacation home, but regardless, let's recalibrate our vision. We need to get in the mindset and start to think about what would appeal to potential renters as well as resaleability potential. A balcony pool, a sick mural, a boutique development, or a unit inside a development with less than 20 units, something that's boutique. What about other unique Instagrammable amenities? All of these can significantly boost your property's rental potential, transforming your investment into a profitable venture, as well as a good exit strategy in case you decide to sell, or something in your life comes up and you just need the cash. Trust me, right now you might not be thinking about this, but it's important, and this is why I created this course to cover all the bases, so stick with me. In Mexico, the real estate landscape varies significantly from the US or other countries. Finding a bargain can be a treasure hunt, and misleading online listings might lead to wasted time and a true disappointment. Now, let's shift to the hunting part. If you're here, you found me for a reason, and I can almost guarantee that you went to a bunch of websites like point2homes.com, realtor.com, topmexicorealestate.com. Maybe you're a part of WhatsApp groups or Facebook groups, or even found me on YouTube or other YouTube channels. And those are all great. These groups are awesome. These websites are great. The thing is, these are real estate agents. They're not really consultants helping you. Their best interest is to get a commission. And I don't blame them. They will send you hundreds of listings for whatever you request in a Google Drive, thinking that they're going to get a sale. The thing is, we don't have an MLS system here either. Remember when I mentioned efficiency? It blows my mind. Everyone works here from WhatsApp and Google Drive. It's okay. We'll get through it. Yes, you can go online and do a search for potential properties. Maybe you saw an Instagram post or with some properties that had attractive prices. 85% of them, maybe even more, they don't even exist anymore because they were already sold. They tend to be a bait and switch tactic. It's how agencies get their clients. Feel free to reach out to them and ask, of course, but the majority of the time, they will tell you that this one just sold, but they have a few more in a different development that's somewhat similar. Another expectation I would like to point out is that there's no blanket financing available here. There are some sorts of companies in Mexico that will tell you that they can finance you, and I mentioned this to you previously. One is Tu Casa Express. The other cross-border lenders from the USA or Canada to Mexico exist as well, but I personally use Tu Casa Express myself. I'll post my YouTube video here so you can find out why you should not go with them, but I've heard that there are other cross-border lenders as well, Moxie being one of them. I had spoken to them for quite some time. I have not seen or heard any success with any of them, so I'll let you do your own research on this. In this region, I know for a fact that Moxie needs title insurance to finance in Quintana Roo. Well, unfortunately, this state just doesn't provide title insurance, so it's not possible unless the property value is more than $700,000. As I mentioned, I have been talking with a fintech company that I think we are close to getting financing available here, but it's not completely ready at the time of this recording. If you're watching this, I suggest just paying cash. Avoid the financing altogether. It sounds like a great idea, but it just becomes a bigger headache. Don't overextend yourself. And if you can't get the funds, just wait or do your own financing by taking a HELOC out or cash out refi if you have other properties. Oh, and one thing to note, most financing companies, if you end up finding one, will not allow you to invest in pre-construction without having a finished property already built. And with that said, this now brings me into pre-construction and what to expect when buying something before it's built. Did you know investing in pre-construction properties can yield savings of up to 20%? Or that owner financing offers flexible payment options until the property is completed with no interest? I'm here to provide the in-depth insights into these options, helping you make the right decisions for your investment goals. I'll also touch base on how this is structured in another module, but This can be a great option to have equity right out of the gate upon delivery and completion of your unit. So now let's talk about the legal intricacies of owning property in Mexico as a foreigner. The fideicomiso, a renewable 50-year bank trust, has a lot of random gossip around it online. But don't worry, this is easy to go over, and the answer to your worries is yes, you own it. No one is going to take your property. They can't. That's why a fideicomiso was created, for us as foreigners to buy property here. And I realize some of you may want to build a property, maybe buy land, flip land, or maybe never even consider this option. Building sounds like a huge project or a lot of responsibility, but it doesn't necessarily have to be when you work with the right people. And I'll help you with this again later. But for those of you looking to buy land, there are some expectations to set there as well. Maybe you found online some cheap deals because it's considered ejido land. These tempting cheap properties that were once communal agricultural lands, you might ask? Well, converting these into private ownership can be challenging, and it's best to stay away from them. There's a reason they're cheaper, because it's super difficult to get the titles and track down the paperwork to legally transfer it to you. Unless you have a great lawyer and are willing to take a big chance on this, the reward can be large. For the sake of this course, I'm not going to touch upon ejido land other than this. Just stay away from it. And the fact that I don't know much about it either, because I can't really explain it. It becomes very difficult to put it in your name or even get the deed. Making a purchase of either land, a house, pre-construction, or really anything in real estate, I believe, is a great option. It's also important to note that there are expenses that come with these purchases, just like anywhere else. There are both high seasons and low seasons when renting on Airbnb. You're not going to buy a house or land here and not have some sort of expenses. The idea is to have it pay for itself. And my job is to help point you in the right direction to do just that. The same way I did it in Brooklyn and the same way I did it here in Mexico. This is not a sprint, it's a marathon, and many factors play into all of this. In conclusion, with the right guidance, investing in a property in Mexico can be not just achievable, but highly profitable with a lot of appreciation. I offer my deep knowledge and experience to navigate this Mexican real estate market complexities with you. Together, we can turn your investment dreams into a reality. And this is not a solitary journey. It's a collaborative endeavor together, armed with realistic expectations, strategic planning, and mutual trust. We both can navigate this path and capitalize on the unique opportunities Mexico offers.